Welcome to Candy Shoppe Yarns, where everything is sugar-free and high in fiber. I am Deborah, your confectioner extraordinaire. I am the owner of Candy Shoppe Yarns, and this is the ultimate destination for knitting and crochet enthusiasts. I invite you to join in the friendly community of crafters who have a sweet tooth for fun by hitting the subscribe button. So let's get started on episode 20. It is October 19th, 2023, and this is a podcast about knitting and crochet. So let's get going on our winner from last episode from our giveaway. Let me show you what that was. It was this shawl, large shawl or sweater size project bag with multiple knitting needles. Oh, I have to tell you, I finally figured out. I bought this camera for this feature and I obviously had it turned off. This feature is, look what happens. It focuses on the product easily when I hold it up close. I could not figure out why it was not focusing. I had that option turned off. But now you'll be able to see things because it's been turned off and blurry. Anyways, here is the project bag and the needles. And the winner for this giveaway is Deborah K 1300. So thank you so much for participating by commenting on last week's episode. And you'll want to watch through this video for the next one because I have another one coming up. Deborah, nice name by the way. You'll want to contact me through my email, which is in the description box below. It is candyshopyarns@gmail.com. And I need your first and last name and mailing information so I can send this out to you. Okay, let's get started with a life update. It has only been a week since I have recorded last. Since then, my youngest daughter Nadia, she has performed in a Faith Matters conference with the Millennial Choirs and Orchestra. This is a new choir that she has joined this year, and I knew she was in a performance. We didn't know anything about it, where it was, if I could even get tickets, what it was. I found out after the fact and it looked amazing. So I have a couple of short little clips that was on their social media that I did a screen grab for, and I'll just post a little bit of it right here. It's amazing, right? It was so cool. I wish I was there. Anyways, now that I know about it, I think they do it every year. Oh, well, I know this conference happens every year. I don't know if they perform every year, but if they do, I will be there. It was Ella's birthday yesterday, and so she asked if I could watch the grandchildren so that she could go do something for her birthday, and I said, of course I will. And then I thought, you know, this is prime opportunity for us to set the stage that Grandma and Grandpa, you want to be with us because we're super awesome and fun. Because we could sit there and watch a show or, you know, play with the regular toys that I have. But no, I decided, where is it? I was going to have some fun activities prepared. So I have a Grandparent's fun box that I have made. Well, I need to get a cute box and label it, but let me show you. Here's the fun box. Okay, first of all, here we go. Are you ready for some fun activities now? My granddaughter is 2.5, and then my grandson is 3 months old. So this is for a 2.5-year-old. I've got balloons that you can blow up and catch, throw around and catch with a butterfly net. Got these from the dollar store. I was looking for new fly swatters, not old, crusty, gross ones, and couldn't find them anywhere. I mean, I'm sure they're somewhere, but I think it's the wrong season. Okay, next I have painter's tape to paint a square on the floor, and then pom-poms to kind of toss all around, and then a cute little broom for her to sweep the pom-poms into the square. I mean, that would be fun. Okay, then along with the pom-poms, I've got an empty tissue box, cute little hand grabbers, so you can pick up pom-poms and put them in the box. I would have done like kids chopsticks, but I mean, I had these already, so that worked perfectly. And then along with the pom-poms again, some straws, and you put these on the table, and then you have like little cups taped on the ends, the edges of the table, and you try and blow the pom-poms off into the cups. So we have that. Then I had colored construction paper that coordinates with these stickers, and we put those on the wall, and then I'd give her these stickers and she would go and put them on the coordinating color. And then she thought it was hilarious to move them from one color to another, you know. And then Play-Doh, of course, because Play-Doh is fun as long as you watch them so they don't beat it. But I used Play-Doh and put a blob of Play-Doh on a paper plate, and I put a little wooden skewer stick pointy side down into the Play-Doh, and then we tried to like put Cheerios or Fruit Loops on the stick. So in the end, her favorite was Play-Doh and the stickers. We didn't get to all the other things because she had lots of fun with that, and she wasn't here that long. So I just will have fun things that I will put in this box. So I'll get a different box or bin, probably a little bit bigger, so I can have some different options and I can trade things out, so that when it's time to come to Grandma and Grandpa's, they can play with toys, but also we'll have a box of fun. So you never know what will be in that box of fun. I've also had a snack bin in my pantry that's just for the grandkids, and I just kind of rotate what snacks I have in there. So it's just fun to come and see what's there. So that's my grandparents' box of fun. And if you have any other suggestions of things that you would put in there, I like things that are simple, inexpensive, easy to do. I love when there's things that you already have around the house, because some of these things, you know, I already had sitting around, some things I bought. And if you know where to get a fly swatter this time of the year, let me know. Well, I'm sure I could just go on Amazon, but yeah. Anyways. Okay, and one more thing. We had our knit night swap reveal. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So I'll tell you, last episode I shared the shoes that I crocheted for my swap partner, who was Wendy, and Wendy opened it and was just thrilled with them. But I was so worried they weren't going to fit. I was so worried. But she took a picture later when she got home, and she said they fit. She's got them on. She was going to take them with her to school and have them be in the classroom, and she would just put those on as her cozy shoes when she got to school. I hope, Wendy, that they actually fit. But I had a little bit of yarn left over, a little nugget, luckily. So just in case they didn't come up high enough, she's like master crocheter of the world. So it's horribly intimidating to crochet for her, but I did it anyways. I was brave, but she can add another row to it to raise it up higher if she needs. So I'm glad that she liked those, and we just had the best time opening the gifts, like just going around, and we had so many laughs. I just love our group. And then I have my project that I received from my friend Becky. So are you ready? Let me get the right side. Okay, here it is. This is beautiful, so pretty. It is so pretty. Okay, so this is the Oak Forest Shawl by Life is Cozy. Let's get this on properly. Gotta spend some time, you know, adjusting it, getting it just right so it's very pretty. Oh. So the yarn that I put in, oh, look at that. Oh, I don't have that straight. There we go. The yarn that I put in the swap was actually a set of mini skeins, and I had dyed them the day before. I was going to put a different yarn in, but I dyed these just as like experimentation for my shop because I was contemplating doing a new collection. And I thought it turned out so pretty, and I'm like, okay, I'm absolutely gonna put this in there now instead of the other one that I had. And then I'll, you know, dye up more for my shop and release that collection. Well, it didn't end up working out that I had the time to do that collection this year. So that will be for next year. But she did this with mini skeins, and then she also added in one full skein of like a more variegated peachy color. So it essentially takes like 2 skeins of yarn. But that's a lot of ends to weave in because she kept, you know, changing colors. Some of the rows, oh, like right here, I've got my hair. Is that 1, 2, 3? Maybe. 1, 2, 3 different colorways in that little section. So that means she started and stopped that many times in just this section. And then, you know, it's just constantly changing colors. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. It's perfect. But that was definitely a labor of love. So I feel really, really special having this from such a sweet friend. And Becky lives in my neighborhood, and so, you know, we've been friends for a while. I keep looking at the viewfinder, not in the, or at the screen, not down the lens, because I'm trying to look at how pretty it is. I love it. But we've been friends for quite a while, but we haven't had each other in our swap yet, so that was really fun. Yeah, you should go check out this pattern and see the pattern sample. It's so pretty. I really like all the different colors, how they just blend so beautifully. So thanks, Becky. I had a question on last week's episode about what was on the chair behind me. So this is something that I shared in my first and second episode of this channel, this podcast. I made it last Halloween, and it are little cobwebs and spiders. Let's do this. Can you see how there's just little spiders there? And the pattern for this, it's called Cobwebs by Julie Hart on Etsy. And I first saw this on the Noble Character Crafts podcast a year ago because Amy was making this one and she adapted hers as well, because the original pattern only has, I think, a row of spiders going down the center, and it's like this long. I think it's just not nearly as long. It's a much smaller one. And I wanted to make mine larger. I did not make it as large, I think, as Amy made hers. I think I had plans to make it just slightly larger than this, but it didn't quite look right. I don't remember exactly, but I had this as a table centerpiece last year. But what I found is what I put on my table covers almost all of the spiders, so that didn't work. So I put it on the back of my chair, and I feel like it makes it look like a old grandma's kind of creepy haunted house. I don't know, kind of thing. So anyways, that's what was on the chair behind me. So I only have a couple of projects to share with you today because I've only been working on a couple of projects. First of all, I did get my yarn so I could finish my hat. Okay, what was the yarn called? It was called Kinross 4-ply. And that's by Wee County Yarns. But I had started a Musselburg hat and decided I wanted to make the whole thing in one color, and I didn't have enough of that yarn. And we had a group order with our Knit Night friends put in, and that came in. So I have done this much since last time, but I've been working on other projects, so this is not getting my full attention. This is a good one for on the go. So when I need to take a project with me, that's what I'll take with me, because I don't have to even look at it really to work on it. So, I mean, I've made a little bit of progress there, but not much. It's nothing to write home about. Okay, gotta get the right side. No, Luna, come over here. Come here, girl. I'll pet you some more. So, what I've spent all of my time on are two projects. Oh, it's right in front of me. Right in front of me. I'm so excited about this one. This is my finished Haunted House cowl. It was Mystery Knit Along by Telly Bean Knits. So let me show you. Are you ready to see the grand reveal? Dun, 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 dun. We've got all of this. So this is the shape of the cowl from the side, but you open it up and it's like bandana kind of style. So look at the center. I'll put it on here. Okay. I think this is adorable. We've got the bats and the pumpkins and the little ghosties, and then this one, this section where there's spider webs, it was supposed to be skull and crossbones. So if you see other people, their finished cowl, it will have the skull and crossbones. I did that on mine. I knit almost all of it and decided I didn't really like it with the rest because all the rest was just super cutesy, playful, fun, and the skull and crossbones just didn't quite fit the vibe or my vibe. I wanted something different. So I ripped it out and I thought, well, let's see if I could find a different chart that I would like that could fit in here. And I couldn't find one quickly, and I thought maybe I'll just make my own. So I got some graph paper out. I don't do a ton of that on the computer because doing things on the computer is the #1 thing that causes me hand pain. So I avoid it as much as I can. So I got out graph paper and started charting things out, and I thought, oh, I'll make a spider. Like a spider hanging like a little shorter and then a little lower and then a little higher, then a little lower. And especially because it's wider, I thought, oh, I'll have plenty of room to do that. I could not make cute spiders to save my life. They all looked sinister. And I wanted cutesy ones. I had something in mind, couldn't make that work. I was trying to find something that was charted already, and I couldn't find the right keywords for that. I don't know. If you look up charts, graphs, it's all like business, financial planning kind of thing. So if you look up spider charts and graphs, I guess that's a type of a chart. Not a knitting, or so then I thought pixelated, like I just couldn't find the right keyword. And then Nadia said, oh, Mom, if you had done like Minecraft, you would have found things. Well, yeah, I probably would have. And then later found out that Telly Bean Knits has a cowl or a pattern with spider webs on it. That would have been good to know. So I ended up making my own pattern for spider webs, and it turned out pretty good. I think it looks cute, but up close, spider webs, curved things on a grid, are hard to make look quite right. Well, that looks good in the camera. But I did have long, like series of long floats that had to be caught, and you can see that through here. So after that, I learned about ladderback jacquard method for catching long floats and not seeing it through in the front, and to maintain the elasticity. So moving forward, I will be doing that where appropriate. And then I embroidered. I was trying to do duplicate stitch, but without a plan. So I started doing that, and in the end I ended up embroidering all around to get a spider that was dropping from the center. So I think that turned out so cute. I love the color choices. I think they turned out just right. I normally gravitate towards really bright, as you can tell. And initially I was going to do more neons, and then I thought, no, I'm going to do something a little more subdued. And then as I was casting on, I was thinking, oh, mine's going to end up looking really boring. But I actually really love these colors together. I think that they go really well together. So these are all my mix and match gumball minis that I dyed specifically for this cowl. I had different options to choose from for the different parts of the cowl, but I think they're just great colorways to use for lots of things. So I finished that and started working on my daughter's sweater, because I said then I'm going to put all of my time in there. So I finished doing the ribbing. I had the ribbing done on the front last time and partially on the back, and I finished the back, and it is a split hem. This is the Home Sweater V-neck by Caidree. It's a split hem, and the back ribbing is longer than the front ribbing. And I did the Italian sewn bind off, which is a tubular bind off. And then, oh, okay, you want to go outside? Okay, come on, come on. Then I picked up the stitches for the V-neck. The pattern has you doing that after the sleeves, but I don't know, I was worried about how it was going to look. Okay, so I picked up the stitches, I knit the ribbing for the neck opening, and then I started to bind off, and I was binding off with the same method, but it's just flaring and looking, it is too loose. And I was even doing it tighter than I normally do. So I stopped. I'm gonna rip the bind off out and redo that. But sewn Italian bind off with mohair, unpicking that and getting the live stitch back on, oh, it's been sitting here for a little while because I just can't right now. So I'll probably do it this next week. Just sit down, make myself do it. I only did halfway, but that half is going to take me forever. Oh, and picking up stitches around the neck, I was really worried it was going to be a difficult process to get it smooth and even, but it wasn't. It was just fine. So it's going to be beautiful in the end. I mean, it's going to be gorgeous. I just need to make myself redo that bind off. So in the meantime, I have signed up for a test knit, and I'm very excited about this test knit, especially like just coming off the back of finishing this cowl. I love to make cowls, so I signed up for a cowl test knit. This is a test knit with Pacific Knit Co. Yes. I don't know if you're familiar with Pacific Knit Co, but she is the one that does all the Doodle charts for color work. They're these charts that you can like mix and match to design your own sequence, and you can put it in a cowl or hat or socks. She has a pattern for all three of those, I believe. She also has something called Doodle decks. I want all of them. They're like a deck of cards, but they are color work charts that you can mix and match. So this is one where she encourages us to share our progress, so I'm excited to do that here. So the current name for this set, this Doodle pack of patterns, is called the Arctic Doodle Cowl. Arctic Doodle something. I'm going to show you my color palette that I have dyed. I did overkill here. What do you think about that? Oh, it's hard to see. This is a deep purple, and this is a rosy kind of peachy mauve. And then this one is my Crystal Barbie colorway, which is supposed to kind of mimic an iridescent Barbie dress. And all of these are on a crystalline Stellina sparkle base. And then I have a light, medium, and dark blue, and a light, medium, and dark green. But all of these are kind of subdued colors. What we would have said in the 80s was a dusty rose, a dusty blue, a dusty green. That's what it is. So, so I dyed 9 colorways, not knowing which ones I would want to use, how much it would take. So I have 900 grams of yarn to make a cowl. I think I'll have enough. So when I'm done with this, I should have enough to knit a sweater afterwards, probably a hat and gloves to match. So let's see how it goes. So this is my progress so far. So I've got these trees that are snow-capped and snow is falling. And then I've got this beautiful chart that's X's, kind of makes me think of what's the term for knitting two color stranded? Fair Isle, kind of gives me that vibe. And then this next chart are large snowflakes and small snowflakes. And I'm having a lot of fun. I did a folded ribbed, the ribbing is folded and stitched down. I did it that way because I thought it would give it a nice thick polished edge, especially so that the cast on and bind off ribbing would match, because very often the tension on the cast on will be different than the bind off, and the bind off will often flare or be more floppy or too tight, and this way it will match. And this is a twisted rib. I just think it looks really, really tidy. But I will tell you that these trees are three colors per row. So that took me some time because I had to really manage my yarn. So I had a tray, a long narrow tray in front of me, and I had all three skeins in front, and I would knit and I would readjust as needed so that they wouldn't get tangled. So it was just each row I had to really pay attention and do it one by one, but I really felt like it was a fun challenge. It's like, I can do this. I can do it. It's just knitting. You know, it's just one stitch at a time. And so it did take me some time to do this, but once I got into the two color work after that, that felt so fast and easy. So I highly recommend starting with 3 colors, because it will take a lot of focus and attention, and everything else will seem super easy after that. So I wanted to try some low contrast color work, and I really like that, especially next to the high contrast. I'm not feeling like these colors all look really wonderful together, but I haven't finished the rest of the cowl yet to tie it all together, to bring in the colors in multiple places. So I'm hoping that it will feel cohesive by the end. But I only picked 5 charts out of 24. And there's a lot of fun animals and Arctic themed things, but I picked the trees and snowflakes and thought I'm gonna go for kind of a Nordic feel to it. And so that's what I was going for, with the greens, more greens and blues, and not as bright and high contrast. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. My plan is, after I finish this cowl and wash and block it, so I have the finished dimension, then I want to line it with a fabric. So sew a tube and hem the top and bottom and stitch it in by hand just inside of this ribbing. So I'll have the fabric come up to this ribbed edge on the bottom and the top. And then that way, there won't be any issue with floats catching or seeing them. And if the cowl flips down at all, you see the fabric instead of the floats. And also it makes it thicker, so it's just really warm. So you have DK weight yarn with multiple strands of knitting, plus I'll do a fabric. This would be, like, to line it, this will be the coziest cowl. Anyways, this has been so much fun already that I cannot wait to finish this one. And then there's an infinity doodle cowl where it's more narrow, and you make it as long as you want to go around one time this way or to loop around twice. So I'm really looking forward to making more, and I have lots of color options of what I want to try. So that pattern is set to release November 10th. So watch for that on Pacific Knit Co. I am ready to share my giveaway. Okay, don't use the word giveaway in comments. I forget to say that because there's all those annoying accounts and bots that try to trick people into thinking that they've won something and giving away information, or to hack my account. So I try to not ever use that word in a listing anywhere, you know, in the title or in comments for that reason. So I thought I'd just let you know, because we're trying to avoid getting all those annoying accounts and bots. Okay, here is the new one for this time. This is a sweater size project bag, and it might be the first project bag I made for myself. I cannot remember for sure. I made one for myself and my sister Emily, and I lined it. No pocket. No, there are pockets. I put pockets in project bags that I sell, but I personally prefer no pocket because I use Notions pouches, but not everybody does. And sometimes you want a pocket to put your knitting needle, like package case, sleeve in, or a pencil or something like that. And then there's a little teapot charm. My finger's in the way, it's hard to see, that I use as a zipper pull. And then I have yarn to go with it. So I have 250-gram skeins of this fingering weight sock yarn, and the colorway is my Mermaid Lemonade colorway. So it's 100 grams, but 250-gram skeins. So that is going to go together right here. So just leave me a comment below and you will be entered to win this, and I will draw a winner on the next episode. This is moving right along. I don't have all sorts of chit chat like I normally do. It's time for what's happening in the candy shop. So today I just wanted to share 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted to share 4 different color combinations that I think are yumilicious. So 3 colors each. So I'm gonna start right here. Here we go. We've got Sugar and Spice, Root Beer Barrels, and Jawbreaker. I think this one is a yumilicious combination, and it makes me think of Neapolitan ice cream, which is a colorway that I also, well, it's not currently in my shop, but I dye it from time to time. Love that one. Okay, the next one, we're going from soft colors to vibrant colors. We've got Minty Sweet, which is a tonal, Royal Ruby, which is a variegated, and a Boysenberry Pie, which is a semi-solid. I think that one's a gorgeous combination. Okay, the next one, let's start with Seaside Sunset, Cream Soda, and Elderberry. Ooh, that's pretty. And my last one to share with you today, I have Taffy, Ocean Odyssey, and Siren's Song. So which of these 4 are your favorite combination? I'd love to hear what you like and what you'd make with them. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to be back again in a week. This is pretty good. Normally I'm 2 to 3 weeks apart, but I'm on a roll today. So thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you again next time. Bye.